This must be the back part of the back and forth.
It's the back part.
Speaking about
The fun part.
That's right. No. Well, first of all, I want to thank Weems not just for posting this announcement, but actually thank them for what they do every day. As Lisa noted, I mean, it is actually, Joe Biden was here when we actually broke the ground. That was a wintry day, but that was a very cold day. But it reminded him why we were called the Lodi City in that effort. But we broke ground here. And then when we did that, it was the first new shelter in over a decade, as Lisa just noted. But more importantly than that, it's the first shelter in a long time in the city that actually not just the victim of domestic violence, but as anybody that knows this subject, children are also a victim. Not just either the wife or the girlfriend. And Wings provides an outlet, an escape hatch actually for women, because one of the reasons they get trapped is not only of not having a facility, but a facility that can treat all the members of the family that are victims of domestic violence. And this is an important place for those families. Second is, before I go forward, I do want to thank both Alderman O'Shea and Alderman Lopez for being here and being supportive of this effort. I should have done that at the front end, and I apologize. Every effort we have made as a city is to expand and make sure that our police and our social services work hand in glove in giving mothers, daughters, aunts, and friends an escape from being entrapped. And that is what happens in domestic violence. Nobody wants to be where they are. It is one of the most frequent phone calls to 911. Our police have gone under, a number of them, into better training, because the first contact is an officer. And if they have a different attitude, it can open up possibilities. Now, the good news is when Wings opened, we were able to support more women. The bad news is the day it opened, it was already full. That's also true of the facility on the north side. There will be more beds, but we also know beds, as Lisa likes to say, there'll be more room for mothers, daughters, and their children to leave. We have to provide more of that, but also all the support and social services to literally allow women to walk away, not only from being entrapped, but for their first day of independence and freedom from violence. That is what we're doing today, and I'm proud of the city of Chicago, both when it came back to funding Wings and taking this tax settlement, and rather than using it for the budget, using to invest in something that was crucial. We're also now the first city that will tax the Airbnb and other players in our tourism industry. So when tourists come to the city of Chicago, they will be financially supporting us in a way that allows us to invest in the people of the city of Chicago. And the women that are trapped in violent situations who are desperate to get out, but don't feel like they have a place to go. And that first walk out of that house or that apartment into a place like Wings and other places is the first step towards independence and actually being free from violence. That's exactly what we're doing here today. The city of Chicago will be the first to actually levy this tax. I'm also confident it will not be the last city to do this. So in 8 years or 7 years, we've expanded by 50% the ability of women, and again I want to repeat, these are mothers, these are sisters, these are daughters, these are aunts, these are friends, and this is also a problem that is not limited to either income, race, or geography. Unfortunately, domestic violence is across the city. And we're taking a step to give people that opportunity to get and escape all the entrapment that violence is about. And don't kid yourself, that is exactly what the violence is about, is entrapment and abuse. And what Wings provides is a place of comfort and support on your way away from that. And not just you, but your children, if you're obviously born a parent with children. And I do want to pick up on what Lisa noted. When I was working for President Clinton, and the reason Joe Biden came here is he was a senator who actually included in the 1994 crime bill the first Violence Against Women Act that ever happened on the federal level. And so the work goes way back, the investments go way forward. And these are the type of things that the city should be doing. And I'm proud of the fact, and I just want to say this ahead of time, I don't know if I'll get a question to this. I remember when we actually put the first levy on Airbnb as it related to homeless services. The complaints then were, you're going to ruin the tourism industry. Last year we had a record 55 million tourists to the city of Chicago, and we're on schedule for a 10% increase this year. It has not adversely affected our tourism. People continue to come to the city of Chicago, but this fee allows us to both supply homeless with the services they need, and today with the passage of, when we pass this ordinance, it will also now provide us the services, the resources we need to provide victims of domestic violence a shelter, support, love, and a ticket to independence. Somebody that's been really crucial and a partner with the City of Chicago, the Police Department, PFSS, is Kim Fox in the State's Attorney's Office. She has played a central role, her office, in making sure that when we have all material, the prosecution of those who are victimizing women in the City of Chicago. And I can't thank Kim enough for being here and being a partner with the city in this effort. Kim Fox.